everyone, welcome back to yet another video. Today I want us to have like a heart-to-heart conversation. We're going to be talking about questions that are very important. I mean very important before marriage. These are questions that you need to ask your spouse or your fiancé before you get that ring. This video is not just for those of us in a relationship. If you're single and you're still mingling, this video is for you too. So we need to move past asking the regular questions like, hey, how are you? How was your night? How have you eaten? Have you done this? Have you done that? We need to move past those questions to asking some vital, key, important questions that can actually change your relationship status from either single to engaged or from engaged to single, because sometimes it's actually nice for you to move backwards if that person is not reliable. So these questions are very important. Most of the time I see people saying, oh, I am still single. I keep asking him, what are we, what is this, what are they? And he's not giving me any positive reply. Sis, you're not asking the right question. Bro, you're not asking the right question. Marriage is an institution whereby you can't just make decisions out of feelings, because you need to be careful about the people you let into your life, because they can either break you or make you. So the first one for me is going to be family orientation. So we need to go beyond saying, oh, I know his dad, I know his mom, or I know her dad, I know her mom, to knowing what kind of relationship her or his parents have with each other. Are they divorced? Do they still love each other? How were they while you guys were growing up? What is the relationship like? Because sometimes, whether we like it or not, our parents' relationship and the way they behave and all that kind of reflects on us. And sometimes you don't even need to ask and like try to go deeper. You can try to observe all these things without even having to ask too much. But it's still better that you ask about family orientation. What are your parents like? It is very important. What is the relationship with your sibling like? How close are you with your siblings? Are you guys like so close? How are you guys growing up? It's just a casual question, but they are very serious. And if you pay closer attention to the replies that come with this question, you know how important these simple questions are. Whether you like it or not, we get married into our partner's family, and our partner also get married into our, like, you guys are just exchanging in-laws, you guys are exchanging families, and it's going to turn out to be one big family. So you need to know, what kind of family are you getting into? Like, how is the relationship like? And this will also help you understand the way your partner view marriage. And I'm not saying that if your partner comes from a very bad home, that means you guys are gonna have a bad marriage. No, it doesn't. It's not that way. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that when you find out or you get to know him better and know the kind of family he's coming from, you will know how to engage him. You will learn how to understand him better, because you already know where he's coming from. And understanding is key to having a lasting relationship, whether it's friendship or marriage. So family is foundation for me. Knowing someone's family actually helps me understand the dynamics and how I can handle that person better, or what to tolerate and what not to tolerate. And also knowing the things that we want to change, things that we don't want to bring into our home, and things that we want to eradicate. It's not everything our parents did or everything our parents are doing right now that is perfect. Some things I look at my parents and I'm like, I don't like this one. I want to change it in my home. I don't want this in my home. So that's why it's very good to have this conversation, so that you both can know what you want to bring into your home and what you want to eradicate. Next question is, am I going to be living with any of your family member, or are we going to be having a third party apart from me, you, and the kids in our home? This happens a lot of times, especially if you're married to the elders, like the firstborn or something like that. You see siblings coming to their home to live with them. So is that a bad thing or a good thing? It depends on you, because what I can tolerate might not be what you can tolerate. And that's exactly why it's very important for you to have this conversation, so that something will not just happen impromptu in the future, and voila, you open your eyes and you have like people living in your house with you. And the next question is finance. Very important, because financial case has actually been one of the major issues in marriages today. Are we going to be having a joint account, or is everyone just going to have their separate account? How are we going to manage the home? How are we going to be paying the rent? How are we going to do things? Like, are you going to be doing everything, or we are going to be doing it? Or how is this going to happen? You need to discuss some certain things like budgeting, savings, investments. How are you guys going to do all this? Because this is literally your partner, because you guys are going to walk through life together, and anything this person does is going to affect you. Anything I do is going to affect that person. So Like, I can't have my partner doing one thing and I am doing another thing. I mean, we're a team. I need to know what's going on in your life. Like, what are you doing? What are you spending money on? What are you doing? Show me your money. Let me see what your money looks like and what you're doing with it and what we're gonna do with our money. So the way I look at marriage, I see it as a teamwork, because if something that is supposed to take me like 10 years to achieve, and if I have someone that is equal to the task that reason on the same level with me, we can actually achieve that half of that years. Like, if it's going to take 10 years, it might take 3 years for the both of us to achieve. I see it as a teamwork, and it's better that way. So don't one person, I don't get it how someone will say my husband is doing this, what is he doing, I don't know, what is it, I don't get how people just, I don't know. For me, a good sign that someone is going to be a great partner is when that person can actually sit down with me and actually plan. Like, when we are planning about our life, like what we're going to do next year, what are we going to invest our money in, how are we going to do this, do that. Like, that is everything to me. The next one is, are we gonna raise voices in the presence of our kids? I understand that, yes, everybody wants a smooth relationship, like flawless relationship, no drama, no this. But no matter how flawless and perfect your relationship is, there must be a time that you guys will have some disagreements. We're all humans. I mean, there must surely be a time you guys will have a disagreement and one person will not agree with another person, and it might lead to conflict. Are you guys gonna raise your voices in presence of your kids, and the kids will just be like, what is going on? Or are you guys going to just act up in presence of the kids and just be like everything is normal? Then when you guys go to the room or somewhere private, then you can now lash out on each other. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do this? You know what I'm talking about. So it's a very important question for me. I love to ask that because I don't want to give my kids any trauma, and when they go to school they'll start gisting their friends, oh, my mom and my dad, they were fighting today, they did this, they did that, or they're not happy. I don't want to give them that trauma, that childhood trauma. I don't want that, because in as much as you're getting into marriage, which is a union between two people, a wonderful sweet union if you find the right person, that doesn't mean that you're gonna forget the fact that babies are gonna come, and you need to also plan for that. One question that is so funny that I asked my husband, babe, are you gonna stop me from slaying? Because I love, even if I have 10 kids, 20 kids, I love to maintain beauty. I'm a very sensual person. I am always going to be sensual. Is that going to be a problem? Because I just love life and I want to be me. I want to enjoy life. In as much as I have kids, I have a family, that doesn't mean that I'm going to give up on life and just be one hopeless mother or something. No, I hope you're going to be there for me and tolerate me and understand all my wants and desires and, you know, everything. And that's actually an important question to ask, because some people get married to you when you wear trousers and you dress hot. When you start wearing the ring and you officially a missus, they'll tell you that no, this your dressing is so hot, you cannot be dressing like this outside, you cannot be doing some certain things anymore, you can't do this, you can't do that. I do not want to be controlled. Do not control me. I know what is right, I know what is wrong. Another question that is very important to me, these are the questions I actually asked, is, are you going to be actively present in the life of our kids? Because I am tired of this African mentality, or this mentality where it has to be that, oh, the mothers have they have the upper hand when it comes to raising kids, and that, I don't know, I don't like that mentality. I want my husband to be helping my kids with the assignments. I want my husband to be there with my kids. I want my kids to be so close to their father. I want my husband to be actively present in the life of my children. So it's a very important question to ask. If not, you will just find yourself being a single mother but you're married, and that is so confusing. Another one is, how are we going to be handling problems or relationship disagreements? Or is it going to be flight mode or discussion mode or fight mode? How is it going to be? As for me, I am very big on discussion. I love to discuss. I want to talk about it. If there is a problem, let's talk about it. Don't even give me that flight mode. Don't give me disappearance mode and be like, and start keeping things in your mind. No, I don't want that, because it's going to drive me crazy. So these are the things that I talked about, because I don't want nobody playing with my mental health. So if there's a problem, let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it intelligently and know who is right and who is wrong. And if you're wrong, be bold enough to accept it. If I am wrong, I'll be bold enough to accept it, and that's it. No excuse for any man who hits you or raise their hands on you or, molest you. Or how can you and your husband be having issues and your husband will just throw one blow at you? Like, it doesn't make sense. Am I living with a WWE champion? Sis, if that is happening even in relationship, like when he's still your boyfriend, I don't know what you're still doing there. Just run, because people don't really change. Another one is household responsibilities. Like, I have seen this cause chaos in some people's home. How are you guys going to be managing the house? Who is going to be cleaning the house? Who's going to be cooking? Who is going to be doing the dishes? Who's going to be doing all that? Or are you guys going to hire a helper or something? How are you guys going to coordinate your house? This is very important to ask, especially if you see that your partner is someone that is very lazy or doesn't really care about all these things. But if you're dating someone and you're already seeing the person doing all this, for example, Uche, my husband, he's this kind of person that whenever he's just like bored or just sitting down, he doesn't like to be bored or just there, like just bored or just sitting there. He just loves doing something or the other, and he's this kind of person that he doesn't like being in a place that's dirty. So I didn't really need to ask that question or start sharing duties or saying, oh, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be helping me out with this, because I already know that if I get married to him, he's going to be helping me out when I'm capable and when I'm not capable, because that's his personality and it can't just change overnight. And the last one would be, do you know how to love me? Yes, very important. You need to teach these men sometimes. You need to teach people how to love you, because they might not really understand you. So you need to speak out your feelings. I love acts of service. I love this. I love that. These are the things that I crave so much and I adore. So these are the things that makes me, turn head over heels. I know you love me, but these are the ways that you can love me better. I mean, it's very good to communicate those feelings and what you want, because if you don't say what you want, my sister, my brother, no one is gonna know. No one is a spirit. No one has supernatural power that would know what is inside your mind. So there you have it. These are the things that are very important for me that I needed to ask before collecting that ring and saying yes, I do.